Hi guys, and welcome to my first sport broadcasting podcast, where I will be discussing the relationship between different forms of media, both traditional and new. I will also be discussing the relationship between nationalism and globalisation, and how they have a profound impact on sports media as a whole. Forms of traditional media include newspapers, TV and radio, whereas new media relates to social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Sport is seen as a major factor in the driving and selling of radio, TV and broadband subscription. Bellamy and Wanter claim that newspapers should be credited as the first mediums to sport, with coverages dating back to the 1700s. Following in-depth research, I'll be making a comparison of the symbiotic relationship between print media and social media, and what they have done in terms of reporting football and live events. This also feeds into how they have developed with the constant improvements and changes within modern technologies. Peterson Wagner investigated 4 different newspapers, both tabloid and broadsheet, looking into sport media patterns within the UK during the coronavirus pandemic. He found that between 58 and 78% of sports news was football, which transferred to a half and a fifth of every publication. This was then compared to what happened following the 2020 suspension of the main footballing leagues during the coronavirus pandemic. The findings were that although football wasn't currently being played, the 4 media outlets continued their same pre-coronavirus patterns of football reigning supreme, with 70% coverage of all sporting publications. The findings were also implying that trade and signing rumours were used to full effect when no live football was on in the UK. This also happens during the summer breaks. This can then be compared to the amount of social media coverage sport received throughout the coronavirus pandemic. The pandemic resulted in a mass lockdown and all live sport stopped, following the sport being played behind closed doors. Manjuma and Nahar discussed how sport broadcasters continued to engage fans and mitigate the problems of empty stadiums. The creation of user-generated content, such as Arsenal Fan TV and Rugby Pass, allowed fans to continue and discuss sport when it wasn't getting played. The integration of both online and offline fandom has allowed broadcasters to present sport in a much more attractive way during COVID-19. As stated by Rowe, the first function of media was to build a sense of nation, with the second function looking into entertaining their readership and therefore attracting readers and advertisers. Through looking into several sports news articles such as Marca and Let It Peak between the 17th of March and the 17th of July, I was able to notice a pattern, with the major finding being that there was a clear predominance in football. However, there is a clear distribution pattern where some sports are represented more than others, depending on the media outlet and country. For example, American-based ESPN reported basketball and baseball the most, fitting into the American sports ideology. Jackson, Granger and Batty suggested that the global popularity of sport has made it a powerful tool in the expansion of transnational and commercial interests. Major sporting events, such as the FIFA World Cup and the Super Bowl, are created and produced to attract television audiences worldwide. Growing media presence can clearly be seen due to the fact that there were only 11 journalists reporting in Athens 1896 in comparison to over 13,000 in Atlanta 1996, further evidencing the new ever-growing presence media has on the sports industry. Rowan Hutchins claimed that the new technologies have now blurred the lines between audiences and participants, which redefines what it means to be at a sporting event, due to the big major events being made globally available to sports fans on TV and streaming sites. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Please like, comment and subscribe.
God blow on the track.